Hi guys, so welcome to another nail video of mine. I'm going to show you guys how I did these nails today. Alright, there are a few things that you're going to need. Some acrylic powder. You can use white or clear or pink, but the kind that I'm using is like a pink color, and I'll put the links down below to most of the items that I am using. So just some basic items. You're going to need a drill, a nail clip, nail tips if you don't have natural long nails, nail file, nail, those I forgot what you call them. They're like little pliers, a cuticle pusher, and yeah, I'm gluing all that basic stuff. All right, so now I'm just gonna pick out two nails for my pointing finger and my thumb, and I'm just gonna measure them to make sure they're the right size. I'm gonna go in with my nail clip, and I'm just gonna cut the back end and the front end of the nail to create a tip for this shape of nail that I'm going for. It's kind of like a square nail, but with a slight coffin shape to it, but not like completely like a coffin shape. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with my alcohol spray and just spray my nails just to clean them off, and I'm just gonna wipe off the excess alcohol. My nail looks a bit yellow because I was eating curry a lot. All right, around this time of the year, well, we're in the new year now, but around Christmas and New Year's, where I'm from, we eat a lot of curry. So, yeah. So I'm just gonna take off the yellowy part on the inside of the nail, file the nail a bit, and brush off the dust and apply my tips. For now, I'm just using the Kiss nail glue, and it works pretty well. I had tried another Kiss nail and it did not work really good at all. So hopefully this one is better. So as you guys could see, I just put on the tips and I hold them in place for about 10 to 15 seconds so that they can dry, and this is how it's going to look. Now I'm gonna go in with my nail file and just file off any nail glue residue, and I'm gonna go in with my drill and file down the edge or the seam of the nail so that it's more one with my natural nail bed. All right, so I don't have that huge bump there. I'm gonna go in and prep my nails for acrylic. I know there's a whole bunch of other steps that some people do, but for now this works for me, but I will definitely get into all those extra things soon enough. All right, so I'm gonna go in with my acrylic powder, and this one is the pink one that I really like the color of. It's super soft, not like super harsh looking or unnatural looking. So I'm just gonna put a little bit at a time, really small beads. Okay, and make sure you have a paper towel with you. When your brush is too wet, you can wipe off the brush or any excess product. As you guys can see, I try to put the beads closer to my cuticle and then brush down. This works for me, but I'll try some other techniques, but this works for me when I'm doing my acrylic by hand. This brush came in a acrylic nail kit from Kiss, I believe it is, or one of the other brands that is sold in Walmart, and it works alright, but I did put in an order for a new acrylic brush. Alright, so as you guys could see, I work my way down and then I add a bit of acrylic to the tip part of the nail because I don't want it to be like super thin there where it will be weak and break off or anything like that. And then I go in with one of these little cuticle wood tools and I just take off the sides of it, and then I go in with my wet brush and just smooth out the acrylic around my cuticle. It's really hard trying to do your right hand using your left hand. So this technique works for me, and it just makes my life easier to do it this way. So now I'm just gonna go in with my thumb and I'm gonna speed up this part of the tutorial a bit. Okay, and as you guys can see, it's much easier to do my thumb, I think because the nail's bigger, but I pretty much do the same thing. I start at the cuticle and brush my way down. Make sure you put a good amount of acrylic in the stress area part of the nail so that it doesn't break off because it's weak there. All right, make sure you build it up really well, and if it's too thick, you can always file it down. So far, I've really been loving these acrylic powders. They're better than the ones that I get from Walmart. Usually I get the Kiss acrylic set, and within maybe a week or so, I'll probably have to do a refill because I'll get so much lifting or the acrylic would crack. Yeah, but so far so good. I love the smooth texture of these acrylics. It's not lumpy or grainy or anything like that. So that's how my pointing finger looks, not my pinky finger, my pointing finger. Now I'm gonna go in with my drill bit. I absolutely love this gold drill bit. It has like a safety edge there, so if you get close to your cuticle, you don't cut off your cuticle and start bleeding all over the place. It has a nice rounded tip, so it's safe to use around your cuticle. So what I do here, any parts of the acrylic that's too bumpy or lumpy around my cuticle, I smooth it down so I have like a natural you know lift from a very thin amount of acrylic, and it works its way up, if that makes any sense to you guys. I also use the drill bit to go under the nail to take out any excess acrylic that might have gotten under my nail, and I also use it to shape my nail as well. It gives a very nice smooth finish on the top, but if this drill bit doesn't do what I need it to do, I like to go in with a disposable drill bit, the ones that you could kind of slip on and smooth out or reduce the size or the amount of acrylic that is on your nail. They also work really well to shape the nail and to thin the nail out. So this is the disposable ones, and you can buy these in bulk. I've bought a bad batch before, and this is probably the best batch that I've ever gotten. It works really well. You do not want to use this around your cuticle because it burns, and if you keep it in one spot too long, it will burn you. It will feel like your nail's on fire. So you want to work fast, and try not to keep the drill bit in one spot on your nail. Okay, so here I'm just taking off an excess amount of acrylic. The nail was a bit too thick to compared to my other thumb. It was a bit too thick, so I'm using this disposable drill bit to thin it out, and then I'm gonna go in with my nail file to clean up the sides and make it nice and shapely, just like my other thumb. Alright, you guys, once I'm done filing and shaping, I'm gonna go in with a buffer and buff out my nail, take out any harsh lines that may be in them. Then I'm gonna go in with a nail oil, or cuticle oil I mean, and I'm just gonna put this around my cuticle. I actually got this one from Walmart and I really like it. I have another one, I can't find it right now, I think it's in my room somewhere, but I really like this one. It comes in a huge bottle and it has a really good price tag, so it works really well for what I needed to do. After I'm done washing my hands to get all the dust and excess cuticle oil off my hands, I'm gonna go in with this beautiful purpley pink shade. It's from Salon Perfect. It's called Purple Pop. I'm gonna go ahead and paint each one of my nails with this beautiful color. While I'm painting, if I mess up, I have a small synthetic brush in a little dapping dish with acetone nail polish remover in there, so I'm gonna use that to clean up around the edges of my nail. I want to do this while it's wet because it's much easier to clean up around your nail when it's wet. So I don't mind doing it. It just works really well. That's what I've realized now. So yeah, if you want to clean up around your nail while it's wet, one at a time, hey, go ahead, try it. Okay, so I'm painting every nail and capping them off, meaning I'm putting nail polish at the end of the nail. I'm not sure if you guys caught that, but I am. Okay, and I'm really loving how this color looks on its own without anything else. It looks really pretty. All it needs is a top coat to make it shine and make it pop, but it's a really pretty color. I actually got it from Walmart. All right, and it was a really good price too. Alright, you guys, so don't mind this. I bought this little kit from Walmart, and then when I opened it up, it all just fell together. So I'm just using the little gold beads that are in there. The rhinestones I got from the Walmart craft section. And I'm just gonna put about 4 or 5 of these around my cuticle, so 5. And then I have one Swarovski, whatever, crystal. This is one leftover from my wedding dress, when I was adding them on, I mean my reception dress. So I'm gonna put that one in the middle since all the other ones are kind of like bang bang, and this one's the real one. So I'm put that one in the middle so it can kind of, you know, stand out amongst the crowd of fake ones. And I'm using my nail glue to apply all these little stones and beads. Okay, so I applied 5 of the small stones around my cuticle, the real Swarovski crystal in the center, and then I put a little gold bead on each side, and then 2 pink little crystals, and then here I'm just adding another gold bead on the front part of the crystal, and then a little pearl, and I'm just gonna finish that off with a line of the little gold beads. I wasn't really, you know, going for anything specific. This is my first time, you know, adding these types of things to my nails like this. You know, I've done like, you know, the already made nail, you know, decals or whatever. I've already did those, but this one, you know, doing by hand, it was really fun, but you know, something I have to get used to. I definitely messed up my other hand, but I think this hand came out much better. Now I'm gonna go in and add some gold leaf because, you know, I want it to be extra for whatever reason, and I'm just gonna cut that up and glue, you know, 2 to 3 pieces on each side of the gold strip that I did. And I'm just using nail glue to glue those on as well. And then I'm gonna go in with my top coat, which is the gel top coat. You don't need a lamp for it. This is by Sally Hansen. I'm gonna go in with my gel top coat and go over them, and this is just gonna seal them and keep them in place. I believe it's by Sally Hansen, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is by Sally Hansen. I think it is. You guys know this brand. I think, yeah, it is Sally Hansen. It's so confusing so many times because there's so many nail polish and so many names. Really confusing. All right, but I'm gonna go over the gold leaf, and I'm doing about 2 coats and capping it off as well. Then I'm gonna go back in with my glue and just add a bit of extra glue in between the stones, avoiding the top of the stone, because if you get glue on the top of the stone, it's gonna mess up the shine. Okay, so this is my second coat, as you guys could see. I'm gonna go in and add my top coat to the rest of my nails. As you guys can see, it looks so pretty with a top coat. It just makes the color pop and gives it a really beautiful shine. And that's pretty much it for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, comment down below, and follow me on Instagram. All right, I love you guys. Bye.